service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC News brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 area companies with business solutions since 1984. Rochester's temperature went to more than 90 degrees and the heat index to well over 100 on Wednesday. The same is predicted for Thursday until the cold front brings relief on Friday night. It will also bring strong thunderstorms. The National Weather Service issued a heat advisory for Monroe and the surrounding counties. Governor Cuomo's office and the State Health Department also issued a health warning. RG&E, the state, and the operators of New York's electric grid all said New York was flirting with near-record electricity consumption. They advised setting air conditioning at 78 degrees and keeping the blinds and shades closed against the sun. Mayor Tom Richards extended Rochester's Operation Cool Sweep to Thursday and Friday. And more than 700 RG&E customers lost electric service in Brighton and some other East Side towns yesterday when a tree shorted out power lines in the heat. Not a good time for that to happen. New York State Police in Batavia have charged a town justice and a former village court clerk on official misconduct charges. Pembroke Justice Robert Alexander is charged with 2 counts of coercion and 1 of official misconduct. The former Corfu village clerk was charged at the same time with multiple counts of grand larceny, tampering with public records, and offering a false instrument. State Police news release said Judge Alexander and Brandy Watts were indicted by a Genesee County grand jury. This followed an audit of the Corfu village books in which $10,000 turned up missing. Rochester and Monroe County officials say Verizon wireless customers in the Rochester area can now text 911 in emergencies. Mayor Tom Richards and County Executive Maggie Brooks said in a news conference this puts deaf and hard of hearing people on equal footing with everyone else, and the county wanted this because of the large hearing impaired population at the National Technical Institute for the Deaf at RIT. Rochester is only the second city to have 911 texting. All cell carriers will have it by the end of next year, but for now it's only in the Rochester area and only for Verizon customers with GPS-enabled phones. Lieutenant Governor Bob Duffy was at the Canal Ponds Business Park in Greece Wednesday announcing that a vacant Kodak building will be SUNY's new solar power research lab. The former Kodak clean room was once part of Kodak's inkjet printer business, now abandoned. The State University system will turn it into an R&D center for the new technology of solar power cells. It's part of a $100 million initiative to attract solar energy companies to Rochester. The Manufacturing and Technology Development Center will create 100 jobs to start, eventually more. Nervous shoppers at Marketplace Mall in Henrietta called 911 Wednesday to report a man with a bulletproof vest and a gun walking into the mall. The Monroe County Sheriff's Department responded with a heavy presence, but quickly realized the man was there every Wednesday. He was a guard from Loomis Armored Cars working his usual route and transporting money from the mall. The mall issued a statement saying the call was a false alarm. There was no threat at any time to shoppers. There were 2 fatal motorcycle crashes in the Rochester area on Wednesday, one about 3:30 in the afternoon on Sawyer Street in the city, the second about 9 p.m. on Shoecraft Road in Penfield. Rochester police say the city victim was a 24-year-old man who crashed his motorcycle into a minivan as the van turned into a driveway. They say high speed might have been a factor. The Monroe County Sheriff's Department said the second fatal was a man who missed the hairpin turn on Shoecraft Road and crashed into a field. He was pronounced dead at the scene. West Webster Fire Department EMTs unable to revive him. His name and age have not yet been released. Rochester police are investigating a shooting at the corner of Thurston Road and Alberta Street that sent a man to Strong Memorial Hospital early Thursday morning. Police said the victim was a 31-year-old man. He was shot in the leg, and they're investigating. State police are investigating a head-on collision on Route 63 in Geneseo that sent 5 people to Strong Memorial Hospital. Troopers say this was a head-on crash about 7:30 Wednesday night. It closed Route 63 while police made their investigation. One of the victims went by Mercy Flight helicopter to Strong. 2 of the 5 are believed to be in serious condition. And people in Caledonia and Mumford spent Wednesday grieving and looking for answers after the violent accident that killed 2 young people and injured 3 others Tuesday. The California Mumford schools had grief counselors available during the day. All 5 victims attended or were graduates of Cal Mum High School. The superintendent there is collecting letters and emails and will see them forwarded to the families. A roadside memorial was put up by people at the crash site at North Road and Riga Mumford Road in Wheatland. Neighbors told local media the intersection has dips that make it hard to see traffic coming. The State Transportation Department said in a statement that it studied the intersection 2 years ago and carried out safety improvements, including better signage, last fall. There were 5 crashes at the intersection prior to that work. The DOT says this one was the first since the improvements were completed. The DOT says it will wait for the police report before studying the issue again. Links to these and other stories are to the left of the player window, and at the bottom of the page you'll find links you can use to post news and information directly to us. Next news podcast is As It Happens. Updates are as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.